Hey there boys and girls, Lucky here and welcome back to another CSGO video. Today we have another huge update for Counter-Strike Global Offensive, so I'd say let's get right into it. So the most exciting thing about this right here is probably the new map called Canals, which we'll talk about in a second right here. Before we go into that, I just wanted to really quickly mention that there have been a couple of improvements made to the audio, improving HRTF, and they also fixed some cases where grenade sounds wouldn't play when they should, which is probably referring to God Day's last video. They also have a couple of other smaller fixes for commands and stuff like that, which you can read up in the description down below. Also, before we get into the new map, Nuke, as well as Cobblestone, as well as Italy, as well as Cash got a couple of fixes as well. For example, Nuke, you now do more damage with bullets through walls and HUD. They also rolled up the door in Mini. They also reduced the C4 explosion ratios from 500 to 400 units, and they removed 3 boxes on top of blue container near garage. They also made the water outside the map deeper, so yeah, some Reddit banter there. On Cobblestone they raised the arch on CT side, on long A. On Italy they fixed some boost exploits, and the railing on top of boost position near T bridge no longer blocks bullets as well. And then in Cache we also get some various bug fixes. So if you want to read up on all of that, as always there will be a link to the source in the description down below. I also hope you guys were a fan of the new player models, since we now also received some updated models for the T side, which now wear a oddly weird belt with a phoenix. So there's that. And of course, as per usual, we also got a new case called the Spectrum case, which will feature 17 new skins for you to get for your weapons, like the AK, the M4 or the AWP. Also, on top of that, we also now have more knife skins, meaning all the chroma knife skins will now be available for all the other knife types, for example, like the Butterfly, or the Falchion, or the Huntsman, as you can see on the screen right now. So finally, let's talk about a new map called Canals, which is obviously inspired by the Italian city Venice. So far, it is in the reserved groups part of the CSGO maps. You can check it out right here if you want to queue for competitive, and in deathmatch you obviously want to go to the reserved groups map pool right there, and then just click go. In our case we'll be playing offline with bots to check it out a little further. So far my first impressions of the map are actually pretty good. However, you have to prepare for some very tight combat, since many of the corridors and hallways are fairly small, and as I said before, tight, meaning that you'll encounter quite a lot of close range engagements. So I'd say if you're actually a shotgun guy, this might be the time for you to actually shine. However, do not get confused, because there are definitely a lot of wide open areas, meaning for example right here at the marketplace or whatever that is. And obviously if you're going over the bridges, over the water, you also have a wide open space which you can take advantage of, on top of different boost spots and climbing spots which you can reach by going up different stairs or boosting up a teammate to it. So definitely lots of tight spaces, lots of wide open spaces, and definitely also lots of verticality, which definitely should make for some interesting gameplay. So again, if you haven't checked out the map yet, go into your CSGO and then check it out and let me know what you think about it. So far, just visually, it looks pretty good. I also feel like the FPS that I had were also very well optimized so far, which again is to be expected since there's so many, well, again, tight hallways and corners and just corridors. It definitely reminds me more of an operation map than your traditional active duty map pool where you got your mid, your A and your B. Even though this map still kindly resembles that, it's still a little different, and I think it would make for some interesting changes to spice up the other maps. But yeah, I think it's pretty much for now, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and luckySkillFaker out.